Hi, this is Kate Solomon for Rokombu.com. I've been looking for an iPhone case for months now, ever since I got my iPhone, because I don't want it to get scratched in my bag. But a lot of the cases that I've found have been really expensive or really boring. So I've been messing around with material recently and come up with a couple of cases that I've made myself, which I can decorate any way I like. This one I've gone with a Twitter bird, as I love Twitter, and this one just with a few simple buttons. They're really easy to make, and we're going to show you how. So you can use any kind of material. You probably want something that's not too thin, like this is a little bit thin, it's not going to offer much protection. But you know, you can use an old pair of jeans, you can use an old top, anything you like the look of. We're going to be using this red corduroy because it's quite sturdy and it's quite nice. So the first thing to do is to measure out the material you need to cut out to make the case. I've got this one already marked up. So you want your phone 2 lengths so that you can fold it in half, and then a bit of leeway on either side so that it will sit snugly. The measurements for the iPhone are actually 27 centimetres long and then 12 centimetres high, and then we've got a border here so you can stitch up the seams. And that's 2.4 centimetres from each of these sides. So what's great about making your own case is you can make it for any phone. You just have to adjust the measurements slightly, which might take a bit of trial and error, but definitely doable. First thing to do before we do any of the sewing up of seams is to sew on the buttons. So I've got my markers here, which are 2.5 centimetres from each border. I'm just going to sew one button on now, just to show you. So just position it. And then so once you've sewn up your 2 seams, obviously you'll have a stronger case if you do these with a sewing machine, but we didn't have one to hand. Once you've sewn up the 2 seams, the next thing to do is to trim off the excess material from either side. So you can just do that with a pair of scissors. There we go. At this point, it's a good idea to check that your case is the right size for your phone. So I'll just slip it in. There we go. So that's looking good. It's nice and snug, and we've still got plenty of room at the top just to hem those bits. Next thing to do is to make sure these top bits don't fray, so we're going to hem them down. Make sure you fold them outwards so that when you turn your case the right way out, you've got this messier bit on the inside rather than the outside. But you will have stitching showing on the outside, so choose either thread that's the same colour as your case or a nice colour that you don't mind having on the outside. So again, you're probably wise to pin these down while you're sewing so that you don't lose your way, but I'm just going to give it a go. So once you've sewn up the top of your case, you're ready to turn it the right way out and see the finished product. So we'll just make sure you get all the corners properly out. There we go, a little iPhone case, let's try it out. Perfect. There we go, and obviously you can do whatever you want on the front. You can make your own embellishments like the Twitter bird, which is just a couple of bits of felt which we've sewn together, stuffed with a bit of fluff and given some wings and an eye. So there you have it, that's how to make a beautiful phone case.